Okay, so we looked at perimeter, which is just the length of the boundary. The next property is called area. Now, given any shape, we have already seen that right there is the boundary and the perimeter is the length of that boundary. But the next question to ask is, if I have this boundary, it encloses a certain region. Now, in this particular region, I can ask the question, how much is inside it? And that's area. To do this, we start by defining what an area of 1 unit means. So I take a square, so all sides are equal, of 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, and I define area as 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter, or the product of the two sides. Now these numbers, they multiply as 1 times 1, but the units also multiply. So you end up with 1 centimeter squared. So important here, units also multiply. So you're left with 3 centimeters squared. Now using this as our base, let's try to calculate the area of this rectangle. So it's 2 feet by 3 feet. I can break it down into 6 smaller parts, and each of these are going to be, because this is 1 feet, this is 1 feet, this is 1 feet, 1 feet, and 1 feet. So each of the small square is a 1 feet by 1 feet square, which means it has an area of 1 square feet. Now when I add all of these up, I get 6 square feet. Or I can observe that I can get the number 6 by multiplying the numbers 2 and 3. So the area can be given by length times width. Area of a parallelogram. Now let's say you start with this rectangle and you fix it on some with a clamp, and then you shear it from the top. So you pull it to the right. What's going to happen is you're going to get the shape, which is a parallelogram. But what about the area? The area is unchanged because you did not add any new material. So the area is also base times height. Same as rectangle, except in this case the height has to be measured perpendicular. Area of a right triangle. What you can do is you can take two copies. When you do that, you get a rectangle. Now, what's the area of this rectangle? It's length times width, which is b times h. But the area of the triangle is half of the rectangle, so it's half times base times height. Area of a general triangle. We use something called Heron's formula. It says given any triangle of sides A, B, and C, the process is that you find something called the semi-perimeter. It's semi-perimeter because it's half the perimeter. And the perimeter is the sum of the sides, so that's A plus B plus C, divided by 2 gives you S. And then the area becomes square root of S times S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. The definition is symmetric in this case. Let's look at an example. You have sides 12, 15, and 23. You find S and comes out to 25. And the area is square root of 25. 25 minus 12, 25 minus 15, 25 minus 23. You plug this into the calculator to get 81 centimeter square. Again, the unit is important. It has to be squared because it is area. The last two formulas are area of a trapezoid. Remember, this was a shape we saw in the previous video. It's 1/2 times the height and the sum of the two bases. And then area of the circle is again special. It's just pi r squared. For example, if you have a circle with radius 4 centimeter, it's pi r squared, which is 16 pi, and you plug it into the calculator. Round it to hundreds to get 50.27. Area example, again, you can have a compound shape, meaning I combine two shapes. So in this case, I combine a rectangle with a triangle. The area of the square is 8 times 8, which is 64. And area of the triangle, I can use the Heron's formula. If this is 8, then this is also 8 feet. I find S, which is 15. I plug this into the calculator to get 39.69. You can pause the video and verify that. So the total area is 64 plus 39.69. to give you 103.69 square feet. Again, don't forget the unit. Now, say in the same problem, the cost of painting is $3 per square feet. Then the total expense is going to be $3 times the area you found, which is 103.69, to give you $311.07. That's the end of discussion on areas. Next video, we're going to look at another property called volumes.